Welcome back to the series in which I show you the less traveled parts of Japan. In this video, I show you Japan's most beautiful cycling route, explain how you can get there, as well as some tips and tricks on how you can enjoy your trip beyond Tokyo. So grab your cycling gear, put on your athletic shoes, because this is the Seto Shimanami Kaido in Onomichi. Short intro, let's go! You could spend a whole day exploring the city of Onomichi, but we came here for one thing, the same one thing that most people come to Onomichi for, and that is to go cycling. So let's go! Welcome to Onomichi. We're here to cycle Shimanami Kaido. Oh, not bad. Usually it's a 70-kilometer ride and then back, so 140 total, but I think we're gonna try to go halfway today, so about 30, and then take the ferry back. So should be a couple hours. We'll see how that goes. The location of Onomichi is easily accessible by riding the train to the Onomichi JR train station. It takes about an hour from Hiroshima station. And as usual, I come from Fukuoka, so I took the Shinkansen to Hiroshima and then rented a car to drive to Onomichi. This takes about an hour to drive. The cycling course, Seto Shimanami Kaidō, goes from Onomichi to Imabari, that measures 70 kilometers in length over 6 bridges connecting 6 different islands. Now before we head off, the first tip right off the bat we have to address is the bike rental process. There are many places to rent a bike, but the easiest is to rent from the port. It only costs 1,100 yen for a full day with a 1,100 yen deposit added. The issues? Well, see for yourselves. You either gotta get here at 7 in the morning to rent the bikes, or you need to reserve online because you end up with garbage bike options. And it looks like I'm gonna end up with this. This is gonna be fun. Well, it's better than the other options over here. Now, if you want to avoid looking like LeBron James on a tricycle, I recommend you do one of these things. Either rent at one of the more expensive bike rental locations. There are a lot of locations to rent around the port. They just happen to cost more money. You can reserve ahead of time. This gives you a choice of a bike, and you can choose the bike the day prior. You can also arrive before 7 to line up and wait for a bike. This way you get the first choice, but do you really want to spend your vacation lining up and waiting just to get a bike? Either way, I ended up with the worst option and had to deal with riding the smallest bike alive for over 60 kilometers. So smash that like button for my poor legs. They really hurt, especially at the end of this. I was literally dying. Now, another tip I have is to stay the night before cycling in the city of Onomichi. There are many hotels around the port, and this gives you much more ease of relaxing before and getting the bike of your choice. Some hotels have nice breakfasts included, like this one I stayed at. Tip 3 is if you plan on doing the full 70-kilometer ride, to plan on doing it in 2 days. Unless you are a pro or super athletic, you really should not expect to do it in a day. You want to enjoy the views and stop to see the inland sea. Along with this tip, I just must mention to use the ferries on the way back if you don't want to ride back. There are ferry ports on each of the islands that allow you to come back with the bike so you can rest those tired legs. Tip 4, and my final one before we get started, is to give yourself plenty of time. It will take you on average 1 hour to finish 10 kilometers. That means around 8 to 10 hours to finish the whole 70-kilometer ride. So, plan accordingly. Now that I've exhausted you with all these tips, let's get some riding in. Make sure you prepare enough water and head off. To start, you will have to ride the ferry to the first island. This cost is just 110 yen, and after this short ride, your bike session begins. From here, I give you yet another tip. Tip 5, follow the blue line on the ground. That will help you not get lost. It will tell you where to go around the island and is the best route for beginners. You can go off the path, but that will increase the hills you have, and it will obviously increase the distance as well. Now let's see how far I can go on this mini bike. You guess which one's my favorite?
青田震災だって。
For an hour and 38 minutes, 28 kilometers. Still a few more islands to go, but we're on island 3 right now. It's 100% orange juice, tastes like orange juice. I recommend it. Come here. It's not that expensive, and it's cold. Refreshing, good break time. Alright. Back to riding. That quick stop was on the 3rd island. As you can see, they are famous for oranges and lemons there and has some real nice fresh squeezed juice. I highly recommend you try them out. At this point, I decided why not see what the Insta360 can do and all the different angles that I can achieve with just utilizing it on a bike. So take a look at these. I mean, they're some pretty cool shots, I think. And the stability is pretty nice actually, so. I ended up riding longer than expected as I went out around 45 kilometers instead of the original plan 30, but this was to get some lunch at a super hidden location. This location is off the regular blue path, but it was so delicious. I recommend you come out here. All their food was fresh grown out of their own garden. Everything was delicious, and I'm not a vegetable fan, but this I recommend. Biking is done. Successfully, we made it halfway to the 30-kilometer point, and then we just kept going to the 4th island and then almost the 5th island. But we needed to turn around because we needed to catch the ferry at 5 o'clock to get back to mainland here. So instead of going to the 5th one, we turned around after getting, oh, look at that sunset. I'm stopping a car, look at that. But got a nice dinner. No, dinner, that was lunch. A really late lunch though. To come back, so did not go the full 70 kilometers, did not go, but that was not the plan today. The plan was just to go 30 kilometers, so did that. So total 60 kilometers biked, which is a little excessive. My quads are on fire. They're cramping right now. Walking is not the best. And that bike that I had was super small. Look at the sunset. I think that's a really nice sunset, unless it's the glasses that are making it look nice. Nope, I think that is a nice sunset. Oh, it is nice. Maybe I should take a photo. Wait a second. That was a fail. Sunset disappeared when we crossed the street. That was a dumb idea. Ooh, look at the restaurants. Maybe I should hold the camera in my left hand. That's me, guys. Yeah, that's me. Dinner in Onomichi is great. The biking is great. Sunset looks wonderful. Weather is usually great. So come out here and enjoy yourselves. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you really did, try subscribing or even hit the like button. Both help my channel. and both help me continue to make content. Enjoy these last few views because using the Insta360 1R was really fun on a bike and I'd like to try it again. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.